Getting good grades is not about being smart. It's about knowing how much work you have to do and when you have to do it. Here's how I got a 4.0 GPA, graduated summa cum laude from college as an honors computer science major while working a full-time job as a software engineer my entire senior year, partying 2 to 3 times a week, getting 8 hours of sleep every night, and going to the gym and hanging with friends daily. I was not your perfect student in high school. In fact, I didn't even realize the value of getting good grades until my senior year. Because of that, I never did. When I got to college, I decided I wanted to get perfect grades, so I learned how to get them. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 things you can do to get perfect grades effortlessly and still have a life. Number 1, make a calendar. Put class times and put due dates on it. You only need to do this once at the start of the semester or wherever you are in the semester right now. I like to use Google Calendar for this. Let me show you how you can do it effectively. So let's add my first class. We'll say I have CS 401 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So let's add these in, repeat this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, never end. You can have it end on the specific day that your semester ends. And then for a color, I'm gonna have all my CS classes be purple. So let's add that in. Okay, CS 401 is now in there. Let me go ahead and add another class. Let's do Calc 3. So I have Calc 3, 11 to 12:30 on Tuesday, Thursday. Okay, and we'll make my math classes blue, dark blue. Okay, let's go ahead and add another CS class. We'll say I have CS 30323. We'll say I have it 1:30 to 3 on Monday, Wednesday. So let's repeat this. Custom Monday, Wednesday. And we'll make this our CS color. Okay, so now I have all my classes in there. Make sure when adding your classes to the calendar to always account for the time it takes you to get to class and leave class, and add that as part of the time you set aside for the class. Let's go through and add our due dates now. So you're gonna go through your syllabuses, find out when assignments are due and when you have your exams, and add all that to the calendar. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, as an example here, we'll say I have CS homework due on Thursday, November 23rd. We'll make this all day. And we'll make it the same color as our CS classes. Okay, and now I'm going ahead and adding my Calc 3 exam. We'll say I have it at this time, and you want to make your exams red so they stick out. Okay, so now I've added my class time, some due dates, and the date of my exams on the calendar. So this is what your calendar should look like now. Number 2, at the start of every week, plan your entire week. Look at the assignment due dates or exams this week and any of the following weeks, and block out time for each as needed. Make conservative estimates for how long each assignment will take and completely block out that time. Let me show you an example of doing this. We'll say I'm planning my first week starting on November 13th, and I have all my class times, my due dates, and my exams in the calendar. So for this week, looks like I don't have any assignments due on any of these days. If I go through to next week, we can see that I have an assignment due on the 20th on Monday, on the 23rd on Thursday, and on the 25th on Saturday. So we'll say, okay, this assignment that I have due on Monday, maybe I need 3 hours for this. Let's go back here and say, hey, where do I have 3 hours where I can do my CS 323 homework 1? And we'll just go ahead and add it in there. So maybe we want to get this done early, make this the same color. And you want to make all the work time or study time the same color. So for me, I'll just make this into lavender. And since I know I have a few other homework assignments due that week, maybe I'll move this to do a little earlier. We see that I have a 401 homework due on the 23rd. This one is probably going to take me 8 hours. So we'll go through and add due CS 401 1. And we'll split this up into 2 chunks of 4 hours. So we'll do 12 to 4. And we want to make this the same color as our other work. So we'll go ahead and add this here. We'll do this right after class. And then we'll add another chunk here for the same assignment. Okay, now I have 8 hours set aside for my CS 401 homework 1 and 3 hours set aside for my CS 323 homework 1. Do I have anything else due this week? I have my Calc 3 homework. I can say, okay, Maybe I'll just set aside some time to do that next week. I know that's only going to take me conservatively 3 or 4 hours, and it looks like I have a pretty clear schedule for next week, so I can go ahead and plan that in for next week. So I don't need to worry about that this week. So this is what my first week will look like, planning my assignments with all their due dates. And it looks like I don't have any exams next week, but I do have an exam the following week. So if I wanted to get my studying done early in this week, I could go ahead and add some studying time in here, making it the same color as the other time I have blocked to do work. So this is what my week looks like after adding in time to do my assignments due for the following week and during this week.
Number 3, pay attention in class so going isn't a waste of time. Now you have a couple options depending on how your classes work and what you prefer. If your professor shares the slides after lecture, I would suggest just going and paying attention without taking notes, and then immediately after class, going back through the slides and making flashcards. If the slides are not shared, I would go to lecture with a set of blank flashcards and only write down important concepts. Number 4, know your priorities and block out time for them. This is where you figure out what you want to dedicate your time to. Back when I was a full-time student and full-time software engineer, I had several things blocked out every day. 8 hours for work, time for school and assignments, time for the gym, and time with friends. For you, this could look completely different. Figure out what you want to prioritize and put it on the calendar. Or if you just want free time, either leave it blank or block out free time. Let me show you what mine looked like when I did this.
And now I'm going to show you what it looks like to block out your priorities. So for me, my number one priority every day was going to the gym every morning. So I would go pretty early, we'll say 8 to 9 a.m., 8 to 9:30, gym and shower. And I want to repeat this daily. So this is something that I blocked out, and I'll have this be tangerine. So now you can see the time I have blocked out for the gym and showering every day. I already have the time blocked out for classes and assignments, as I showed you in the previous step. Since I was a full-time software engineer while being in school, I also had to block out time for work. So let me show you what that looked like. So I wanted to get my 8 hours in. We can see that I have a little sliver of 30 minutes of work every morning, 9:30 to 10 a.m. So go ahead and add this in, make this its own color. I'm going to go ahead and make this graphite. So this would repeat every weekday, 30 minutes of work. So this is already 30 minutes out of the way. On Monday, I would have another little block of 2.5 hours that I could get some more work in. So that would be here. This would repeat weekly on Monday. So I still had 5 more hours of work that I needed to get in. So maybe I'd do 3 of those hours, 3 to 6, block that out. Dinner with friends. And for social, I'll make those yellow. So then another 2 hours at the end of the day to get the rest of my time for work out of the way. And I'm going to go through and do the same thing for the rest of the days, figure out where I can fit that work into the day. I see on Thursday I'm relatively busy, so I may not be able to get that 8 hours in, so I might have to do an extra couple hours on Wednesday, Friday, or maybe on Saturday to make up for that.
Number 5, do work early and always be ahead. Doing work early is important because it keeps you stress-free and allows time for surprises that can come up. This could be your friend deciding to throw a last-minute party on a Tuesday night, or a last-minute decision to go on a date or go to the movies. Being ahead allows for this spontaneity. You simply just go back and realign your calendar afterwards so you can stay on track. Number 6, use your flashcards to study and do practice exams well in advance. When using your flashcards, use active recall to try to remember the concept before looking at the answer on the back. Studies on active recall have consistently demonstrated its effectiveness for enhancing long-term memory retention. A study by Roediger and Carpickle in 2006 found that students who used active recall had better long-term retention compared to those who engaged in repeated studying without recall. I'll link the study in the description below if you want to check it out. Doing practice exams is extremely important. Doing them early is also important because it gives you a sense of where you are with studying and what you need to get a better grasp of without stressing you out by being behind last minute and having to pull an all-nighter. I never had to pull an all-nighter my entire 4 years of college. And in fact, I can probably count on one hand the number of nights I got less than 8 hours of sleep. Number 7, block out distractions and stop wasting so much time. Now that you have time blocked out for doing assignments and studying, make sure you use that time effectively. Put your phone in your backpack and turn it completely off. Go to the library, put on headphones, and listen to quiet music so you can get in the zone. use a timer for a work session. Figure out what works best for you and how you can block out distractions, and do it. If you want to check out a video I made about blocking social media or other distractions, you can watch that here. Number 8, 9, and 10 are more for the start of the semester before you have picked your classes and professors, but I still recommend watching them if you're mid-semester. Number 8, try to have a balanced load. I know this isn't always possible, but if you can help it, try not to take all the difficult classes at once. Spread them out across multiple semesters and take a balance of easy and difficult. Number 9, work around your strengths. If you're not a morning person, do not take morning classes if you can help it. Take classes at the time of day when you feel your best. For me, I try not to schedule any classes before 11 a.m. so I could get up and go to the gym without having to rush through my morning. And finally, number 10, use RmyProfessor to help you pick better professors when you have the option. Let me show you how it works.
Okay, so this is RmyProfessor.com. What you do is you put in your school, and then you can just search for a professor. We'll just type in a random name, and you can click on that professor and see their ratings based on reviews from other students. So you can see how difficult they are, what their overall rating is out of 5, and what percentage of people would take them again. So this site was incredibly useful for me. When I got the option to choose my professors, I would come here, put both professors in, and I would always take the better professor. And let me tell you, it made a world of difference. So go ahead and check your professors on this website when you have the chance and choose the better ones.
Lastly, have fun. Live your life. College is meant to be about making connections and having a good time. Don't take everything too seriously, and remember to enjoy the journey. Also, don't beat yourself up if you don't get perfect grades. An improvement is a win. Keep improving, and eventually you'll get to where you want to be. Thanks for watching, and good luck.